Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome into my Week 5 predictions for the NFL 2025-26 season. I've been doing pretty well in NFL picking this season so far, with the exception of Week 2. I went 9-7 in Week 2. I went, I believe, 10-6 in Week 3, and then 12-3 and 1 in Week 4. Of course, we have that damn tie on Sunday Night Football, which is just utterly insane. I picked Green Bay to win that game, but it's whatever. Looking to continue the momentum. I'm 45, 18, and 1. As I mentioned before, I don't know if I've mentioned it. No, I don't think I have. I accidentally forgot to pick the Packers Commanders game from Thursday Night Football from Week 2. I was going to pick Green Bay, so I count that as a W for me. But let's get right into it. Stay tuned for College Football Week 6 picks video. Picking college football this year has just been ridiculous. I swear there's no consistency. I feel like with these teams, or just not even just consistency, but just it's just been so difficult to pick them. But let's get right to it. Thursday Night Football tomorrow night. We have the LA Rams 3-1 versus the 3-1 San Francisco 49ers. Rams are to an 8.5 point home favorite, and the Rams were kind of fortunate to win against the Colts on Sunday, but they definitely used Puka Nakua to their advantage a bit to get on the field and stuff, and the run game was pretty good actually. Niners are beat up. They're in a tough spot right now. We know, of course, the defense is coached up well with Robert Saleh having came back, but man, this is a tough spot on the road. I know the Niners give the Rams trouble all the time historically, especially with Saleh as defensive coordinator for them against the Rams, but even well, after he left too. But I just don't like the spot for the Niners. I mean they might cover, but they're not healthy. Mac Jones is starting, but Mac Jones can give the Niners a better chance to win. So Rams win. I think it's a lower scoring fight. It is what it is. I don't know. It's tough to pick. Even I can't lay 8.5 for the Rams. No way. Okay, moving on to Sunday, we're gonna go to London with the Cleveland Browns, 1-3 versus the 2-2 Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are favored 3.5. 3.5. Now, are you serious? Vikings look like trash this past weekend. Now you're telling me they got to face a tough Browns defense. Yeah, Browns offense has really not been good at all. They're starting Dylan Gabriel. Um, and man, this is going to be a really ugly game. Um, I could see the Browns winning. I really could, but I think I'll trust the Vikings, but their injuries are definitely piling up. I swear, there's like every team that's just having injury problems. Vikings offensive line is definitely worrisome. Browns might win this game. I might switch this pick. I'm not fully confident right now. We'll see. That's a low scoring fight, like 13-10 type of game. Next up, let's come here to Indianapolis, where my 3-1 Colts are facing the 1-3 Las Vegas Raiders. The Colts are 6.5 point home favorites. Um, it's basically betting suicide, in my opinion, to lay 6.5 with Daniel Jones and the Colts. The Colts did put up a fight against the Rams, but man, A.D. Mitchell needs to be benched for what he did. He cost us 14 points, essentially. And yeah, the Colts defense really hasn't been that great in sections, but Xavier Howard just announced his retirement. I mean, goodness, man, I can't even make this. You can't make this stuff up, man. We do have a couple of injuries of our own as well. Kenny Moore probably isn't going to play. Alec Pierce needs to come back. I like Pierce. He's definitely a great threat deep. Raiders, though, they lost a tough one against the Bears at home. I think the Raiders come to fight here. I'm not going to expect a lousy game from Las Vegas. I think they come to play. I think this is close. I think the Colts win, but it's not going to be my margin. I think this is a field goal game. Raiders wouldn't shock me if they won this game outright because the Colts love to drop games like this at home. And I can see us absolutely stinking it up here. No question about it. Geno Smith, though, man, he's got to keep it clean. And I'm worried about the pass rush from the Raiders a little bit. But other than that, we'll see. Raiders could unleash Ash and Jeanty, too. We'll see. Okay, moving on to this game here, we have the New Orleans Saints versus the New York Giants. Saints are winless, looking for their first win of the season. Giants are 1-3. They got the nice win at home against the Chargers, but the cost of Malik Neighbors being out, yeah, he's probably done for the rest of the season at this, or not probably, he is done. He tore his ACL, I believe. Saints are a 1.5 point home favorite. That should speak volumes to you, and I will lean that way too. I think the Saints win the game outright. A lot of people seem to be picking the Giants because they got their first win of the season. I mean, do people ever learn that you can't just back a team like that after they win in this kind of circumstance? I know Spencer Rattler's like what 0-10 in his starts or whatever. It's ridiculous, but he's gonna change that. Saints, I think the Saints get their first win of the season this weekend, and the Saints actually have been putting up some fights this year. So, I mean, even though they're winless, they've almost won a couple times, and they pushed the Bills a bit too. I mean, what a surprise there! Bills can't you ever really lay on the teams when they're double-digit favorites. Next up, oh my gosh, here we go. We got the 0-4 miserable New York Jets taking on the 1-2-1 Dallas Cowboys. Oh brother, Cowboys are favored 2.5. Um, the wrong team might be favored actually. Cowboys laying 2.5 after that performance and letting it all out in the field in a tie. I think the Cowboys are going to struggle here on the road here. A 1 o'clock kick, man. Don't like the spot for them. I don't like the Jets either, really, to be honest with you. Jets have been kind of, I don't know where, week one, they may have seemed like they were going to have something to prove. And ever since then, it's been like, where you guys have been. Man, I meant to say at the beginning of the video, too, I feel like there might be a handful of upsets this week. And to be honest with you, I'm going to say this is one of them as well. I don't know. Dallas is in a tough spot here on the road. They don't have any defense. They're going to be without CeeDee Lamb again, potentially. If they had CeeDee Lamb, I would take Dallas, no problem. But the Jets have got to win here. I think the Jets are going to fight and fight and fight, and they're going to win this game outright. Um, I would say Jets win. I think it's going to happen. I think it's a shootout. I think Justin Fields uses his legs to his advantage. I think they're going to get the offense rolling here. Next up, Philadelphia Eagles versus the Denver Broncos. Bronco it up. The Eagles are a 3.5 point home favorite, and the Eagles were fortunate to get away from the Bucks there at the end. They almost let the Bucks come all the way back. They were up like 3 scores, and Eagles' passing offense is like absolute utter trash. It's actually despicably bad how the Eagles' passing offense has been lately. I think what was Jalen Hurts 0 for 8? What? What are you doing? What the hell are you throwing it to? The sideline? Are you throwing it to Stevie Wonder on the sideline? What's going on here? I have no idea what is happening with this whole entire passing game of the Eagles. Defensively, they've been okay, but brother, Eagles defense has been kind of pushed a bit this year. Denver, I can't tell if Denver's legit or not. I just can't. They beat up on a bad Cincinnati team. They should have beat the Colts. They did put up a good fight against the Colts. Honestly, the penalty shot them in the foot big time in that one. Denver could have beat the Chargers. They hung tough with them though, but man, I could see Denver winning this game. I really can. I'm kind of leaning towards Denver potentially winning, but because at least I know that Bo Nix can throw it at times, but he doesn't have a ton of like. From what I know, I guess I don't know. I don't think he has too much like big time receiving options. I don't know. This is a tough game. This really is. Denver's defense is legit, though. I will say Denver's defense has played well this year for the most part. I don't know though. This is a very difficult game. I'm gonna lean Eagles, but that could be an upset. Carolina Panthers versus the Miami Dolphins. Do we have to seriously pick this game? Carolina was the favorite, and now it's shifted to Miami. I'm not sure why, to be honest with you. Carolina's at home. Miami got the win, first one of the season. I don't know, man. I'm not totally sure on this one. Just for the heck of it, I want to see who ESPN favors in this matchup. ESPN barely favors Carolina. Uh, yeah, to be honest with you guys, I'm thinking about leaning Miami in this game. I don't know. I don't know. Carolina's a hard team to trust. Um, I don't know. I mean, they can definitely like build off of what they were doing, but man, Carolina got smoked in New England. Gosh, man. I don't know. That's another game I'm not totally sure on. I don't care. I don't know why we have to pick it, to be honest. Here we go. Speaking of just Baltimore Ravens, 1-3 versus the 1-3 Houston Texans. Houston is now a 1.5 point road favorite because Lamar Jackson is out. He might be out for a couple weeks. Of course, hamstring injury. Yeah, Ravens are a bad team. I don't know how some people just can't admit it. The Ravens are a bad team. They just don't have it. They don't have it this year. Their defense is ass. Their offense has been actually close to being about as ass as the defense. I don't know what's going on with this team. I don't get it. I mean, I'm about to the point where I want to say the Ravens just need to tear the whole damn thing down and start over. I really am because the Ravens have had their chances. The Ravens have had their chances of making it all the way, and they have failed. They have failed multiple times. They should have done it in 23. They were the 1 seed. They were going to get it done. They went away from the run game like a bunch of dumbasses. The Ravens are a bunch of dumbasses. And I don't like Houston. I think the Texans are also a bunch of dumbasses. But you know what? At least they have a healthy QB. If CJ Stroud can find a little bit of that old CJ Stroud, I like Houston. And besides, before Lamar Jackson got ruled out, I was still taking Houston. Baltimore should not be laying points. I thought the wrong team was favored to begin with. Texas defense is probably top five, or top three, excuse me. They might be number one if we're going to be honest. But Houston, if their offense can just gel better, I think Houston's going to be just fine. They've had a rocky start to the year. It's all about what you do down the stretch. Give me Houston. I like Houston outright. On the road. They got Derrick Henry. Who cares? Derrick Henry got stopped by the Browns. It's not like Derrick Henry's invincible. And besides, he's getting older. He's still really good, but he's getting older. All right, Arizona Cardinals, Tennessee Titans. Do we have to pick this game too? I mean, this one seems more obvious on who's going to win. 2-2 Cardinals versus the 0-4 Titans. Titans are a horribly coached team. Cam Ward said it best. They're ass, and I agree. I'm not excluding him from that list either, though. The whole team's ass. Last time I checked, the Cardinals were favored. What, 7.5? Man, there is no way I can lay points of Arizona, but I will pick them to win. But laying points with Arizona, that's insane. I just can't do it. Usually, I really can't trust laying points with this team. If this was a few years ago, yes. Moving forward, I think this is the first 4 o'clock game. No, it wasn't. No. This is the second one now to pick. Seattle Seahawks, who are 3-1, look pretty good for now. Versus the 3-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Seattle is favored 3.5 at home. Seattle does look good right now, but I'm gonna be honest with you. When is the point in which they're gonna have a sell high point, and when is it also that or they tank? Because yeah, I know Wink Martindale, defense and stuff like that. Well, of course he was with the Ravens, and guess what? Their defense. At times, the worst times, they found ways to completely let it go. Now, of course, yeah, you're talking a completely different set of players. Still, is it going to be the same thing with the Seattle Seahawks defense? Are they going to honestly let it go at some point when it's important? Seattle had a tough battle against San Francisco. Should have beat them. Um, Other than that, Seattle's been pretty good, man. They have shown a lot of power. Tampa, I think Tampa's a pretty good team, but man, they're hurt. They're hurt bad. They have a lot of injuries. Evans might be out. Bucky Irving is now hurt, or he's now on the injury list. Baker Mayfield does scare me. You know, he's always kind of got that X factor in him. But man, you can only do so much. You know, it's like when you could have the same points about when you talk about the Chiefs, Mahomes. He can only do so much when he's got a lot of things around him that are questionable or out. I like Seattle to win this game outright. I'm going on too much, and I don't trust Sam Darnold. Don't trust Sam Darnold whatsoever. He will show his true colors again. He ain't that good of a quarterback. He was good because of Kevin O'Connell. That was it. I mean, is it that hard for people to understand too? All right, moving forward, Cincinnati Bengals, Detroit Lions. Cincinnati 2-2 versus the 3-1 Detroit Lions. Lions are favored for 10.5 on the road. That's a lot of points. Now, I heard that the line there's a few defensive backs on the lines that are hurt, but man, the Bengals just cannot move the ball, man. Okay, well, let's put it to you like this: the Bengals have faced back-to-back tough defenses, especially the Vikings who blitz the crap out of you, and then the Broncos defense who's just strong all around. Is this the game where Jake Browning doesn't look like utter garbage and actually will look decent? Maybe. The Bengals defense sucks. The Bengals defense is um just wretched garbage. Like it is just vomit. Um but the Lions like 10.5 on the road? That's asking for a lot of points, man. I do worry about the Lions defensive front getting after Jay Browning constantly because Aiden Hutchinson, man, dude's been coming to play, man, ever since he came back from the injury. I do like the Lions, but if you want to talk about one of the more shocking upsets of the week that could happen, I think this could be one of them. Could be one of them. If you're talking shocking upsets that are possible this week, I think this is one of them. I wouldn't be totally surprised, but it would surprise me, but kind of not. Okay, final 4 o'clock game before we get to the primetime stuff. LA Chargers 3-1 versus the 2-2 Washington Commanders. The Chargers are a 2.5 point home favorite. I'm a little surprised they're laying even 2.5 because their injury list is growing significantly. I think a couple of their offensive linemen are hurt now. Um, One of them's done for the season, I believe, or he's going to be out for a while. One of the two, I don't know. Um, it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them a lot. We know with Jim Harbaugh, he wants that offensive line to be strong so they can run the ball well. And then, of course, leading with Justin Herbert to get the passing game going, especially. Commanders, I believe Jaden Daniels is coming back. Uh, Let me double check real quick. Yeah, I do not see an injury designation next to Jaden Daniels. I don't. But we'll say the Commanders do have some questionables. Joe Alt is doubtful, though, for the Chargers in the offensive line. You've got to keep an eye on the injury report here. You've got to. Commanders did actually try to come back against the Falcons. Um, you know what? Daniels plays. I'm taking Washington in an upset. Matter of fact, Washington could end up becoming the favorite in this game. We'll see. The books might start flipping towards Washington by Sunday. I'm taking Commanders in an upset. Chargers are. I don't still fully trust the Chargers, bro. I know, man, or not, bro, man. I don't fully trust them still, even after the 3-0 start. I just don't. They're not next. They don't. They've only averaged like 22 points a game. Okay, Chargers have been kind of a weird team the last couple of years, in general. Just screw it. Last few years. Moving forward, Sunday Night Football. Buffalo Bills, one of only two undefeated teams left, 4-0 versus the 2-2 arch rival New England Patriots. Buffalo is laying 7.5 at home. I don't. There's just no way. Like Vegas is just like, cool, bro. We'll give you these points. No, this is ridiculous. I cannot lay points. You cannot lay points with the Bills ever. I feel like, man, this team. The Bills always find a way to give you a heart attack, especially if you're counting on them to cover your, you know, to help your bet or whatever, or just your pick in general. The Patriots look like the old Patriots a little bit against the Panthers, just by score mainly. Is this the first game where New England really like? How do I say this? Because New England's been they've been pretty iffy this year. Like, sorry, a lot's happened the last few weeks with me, so I'm gonna look back at their results again. Okay. Yeah, Carolina, man, New England's been very iffy, man. They barely beat Miami on the road. Couldn't beat Pittsburgh at home. Lost against Las Vegas. It's just the first game where New England looks like a team that is really like made serious progress. Because we haven't seen, in my opinion, much of that, especially with Drake May in his second year, and then of course the new head coach. Is this the first game where we will see a full gel of the Patriots looking stronger than they have so far this season? Maybe, but I like the Bills to win, but I don't know if they're going to cover. I'm leaning towards they don't cover. I can't do it. I just can't do it. The Bills are a very strange team. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team either this year. They will always, like I said before, speaking of the Bills and the Super Bowl potential, I said a few years back if the Bills don't do it now, they are never going to do it. They're not going to do it, I think. They prove me wrong, they prove me wrong. But you know what? I think the writing's on the wall this morning for them. All right, getting off track. Monday Night Football. This is a good game, folks. This is a really good game. Jacksonville Jaguars, aka Big Jags. Shout out to Smoking Joe. Um, Jacksonville Jaguars 3-1, tied first place at the AFC South, something like that. Yeah, against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 2-2, who just took Baltimore and beat them with a belt. I mean, straight belt to ass, over and over and over again. So the Chiefs are old, man, but the Ravens have been not. I mean, the Ravens defense has looked bad, I mean, really bad. And then the Ravens offense just completely quit. Well, Chiefs defense is tough too, so. But the Chiefs are a 3.5 point road favorite. Mm. I have a feeling Jacksonville's going to keep this close, and they are coming off of a strong road win, which actually isn't good in my opinion because now they're playing the Chiefs. But well, I think part of it that is mitigated by them being at home. But man, this is a tough spot for Jacksonville at home, man. Chiefs got back Xavier Worthy. Jags offense hasn't been stellar though. They haven't been um fully functional. I got the Chiefs winning, but I think the Jags win. I think it's going to be probably a 1 to 3 point victory. Jags are going to fight hard in this game. I think they're really going to come to play here. I think, and I would not be surprised if they won the game outright. I think Jags are very capable of beating the Chiefs. Oh, man, it's just the tough part is, man, I just don't think the Jags offense is going to do enough. I think really, the thing too is Travis Etienne has been very good for the Jags running the ball. If the Jags can really run the ball early and often and really just keep the Chiefs off balance, yeah, Jags definitely will win the game at that point for the most part, I think. But that's going to conclude this video, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, I will have my college football week 6 picks soon. Stay tuned. And hey, go Colts. Let's do it. See you guys again soon.